turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me.
Change is scary, change is inconvenient, but change happens. You have to accept change and adapt, otherwise change will leave you behind. I'm Natalie and I'm standing for the Vice President of the Faculty of Health. I'm a third year and determined to make the small changes in order to improve the Faculty of Health for the better of our students. But I also want to work with the other officers and within the council to improve the overall student experience for all eligible students. I'm dedicated to improve things for the better. An example of what I'd like to do in our faculty is to develop a system to acknowledge receipt of handing in placement documentation and assignments. There's nothing worse than receiving a letter home explaining that you failed your module due to failing to submit your assignment when you actually have. I'm a student that's not had an easy ride here. I moved away from home, I've been removed from bad placements and encountered problems whilst on campus. That's meant I've seen the flaws in student services and things that need to be changed. I know what needs to change in order to make that service consistent and ensure you don't come across the barriers that I came across while accessing the services. I'm a friendly and approachable person and have in the past represented my local area and region to ensure that individual voices could be heard. It's now time to let me be your voice. I'm committed to making change and improving things for the Faculty of Health for the better, as well as building on and continuing what happens well within the faculty. It's not a bad faculty, but any change will be for the better of our students, and I work with staff and closely with other students to inform them of that changes. The introduction of interprofessional learning between different members of a future healthcare team, I think highlights that individuals with change-making responsibility are listening. The introduction of new programmes this year, such as the joint social work and nursing programmes, again is a really exciting change, and a change that I'd love to be part of and to see build. So let me support our faculty through the changes, support our union in change in what will be a tough financial stretch for students coming to our university over the next year, to make it the best possible student experience for anyone who's here. So check your email, click your link, and vote Natalie North, Vice President, Faculty of Health.
Every day, hocus pocus is my stilo. I got the magic, baby.
Hello everyone, I'm Chris Valentine. A little bit, this year I've been the Faculty of Health rep, done lots and lots of different things, improving placement allocation, clinical skills, blah blah blah. But that's all in the past, that's what we've done. Now's the time to move forward and look at where we are going. As Natalie's already said, we have a fantastic faculty. Most of our courses, especially the adult nursing branch and a couple of other branches that we've got, lead the UK. We are the best for training nurses in the UK, and that's something we need to be proud of. But in that, there are things that need to be changed. I feel we need better clinical skills, more anatomy and physiology. We've got nurses going out who don't necessarily know how certain aspects of the body work, and then it's not necessarily a great thing, is it? But that's also to do with a lot of personal learning that we need to change. So what would I really do? So we're known as the forgotten faculty, and even in a random selection we come last. So there you go, it just sums us up at Edge Hill. We're put in a corner, we're left out the way, we're forgotten about. We need to change. Health students account for a quarter of the students who come to this campus on a day-to-day basis. We all fight for the car parks the same. I was lucky, I live in Armstrong, I lived on campus. I could roll out of bed 5 minutes before lectures and still arrive in time to be late. But there you go, that's just a skill I've acquired over my years at university. But we need to change. We've got lots of different things that need to go on. We need to do online submission. It's not fair, fuel prices and everything coming in. Just do it all online. There's no quarrel. You know it's been in, you've done, no problem. We're going to do better placement allocation so that you're not travelling from St Helens when there's a placement across your road to Aintree, when you've got someone who lives in Aintree who's going across the road from your house. In these tough financial times, we all need to be quite privy with our funds. And we're also going to engage the rest of our campuses. We have campuses that are sparkle in places as China, they're forgotten about. They may be online courses, they may be doctors doing masters in orthopaedic surgery, say, is one of them. But there's still students at Edge Hill and they still deserve to have a voice here in the main hub. So there you go. So I'm only going to ask, that's a lot of little bits thing, but look at my manifesto. There's lots more on it. But just vote for me if you don't.
I got the magic, baby. Every time I touch that track, it turns.
Well, all branches of nursing. Nursing is a massive part. Obviously, I'm adult branch, and that's mental health. So there you've got to. But it's about getting in the CFP year. So your common foundation program, your first year, we're all together until we decide to go on. So you've got to get your foundations, your grassroots in there. If we all get together, we've got good course reps that are going to work with each other, see each other, then they can all feed back into the course rep system, which ultimately comes back to whoever is elected into the position, and then on to you guys. It's also about the individual students feeling that they can come as we're swanning through the faculty on the way to a meeting with Seth, the Dean, or Denise, the Associate Dean, and they can just stop you. Because at the end of the day, you put us, whoever, me or Natalie, gets elected in that position, and we've got to listen. But nursing is only one aspect of health. We've got nutritionists, we've got ODPs, and we've got to look at them as well. But obviously I'm a little bit biased because I'm a nurse as well. So there you go.
I answer that question in, like Chris picked up on, more anatomy and physiology is realistically only related to adult and child nursing. So I think the whole interprofessional learning and the new course is a step forward in the right direction for this year. But I think within your second and third year, picking up on crucial skills like assessing skills in mental health and assessing skills in learning disabilities, and then the anatomy, physiology, and the use of clinical skills and the sim babies and child branch and stuff like that. So it's using those skills that we do already have here, but enhancing them a lot more to be more in the second and third years.
I got that. Hey, I got the magic in me.
In place in the union, a robust system of training. I believe from what I've been told, it's going to get better this year. So the skills that we're going to be in place are provided by NUS, are provided by in-house training with our very experienced staff, who most of them have been sabbatical or been in through elections themselves. In terms of skills of representing, then that's how I'll do that. In terms of the specific skills for looking after health students, well, I've been doing that for 3 years. I've finally graduated after a long time, and that's going to have to continue. And with that, I'm going to have to take advice from students who are going through the programs, because we both know, me and Natalie, it changes all the time. It's changed in the 3 years that we've both been here. So you've got that. I need to listen to the university, because that changes as well, and the specific skills, because obviously a health student is different from an education student and a FAS student. So it's all about tailoring my skills to those students, and I'm going to have to listen to those students, and that's how I know what skills I need, and then we're going to have to go from there to developing those.
Before I came to university, I was involved in an organisation that represented the views of young people. I learned quite a lot of skills, and that's skills like talking to people. I'd go out, I'd run focus groups, and represent them on a higher level. I loved that. I loved every minute of it, and was gutted to leave the organisation. I think those skills will help me in this role. I also, as a person, I feel I'm quite friendly and approachable. I'll go out there, I'll speak to people, try and get their point of view on things. And like Chris said, picked up on the training. Unfortunately, I didn't finish until September, but I'm going to be having training over summer should I get the role with everybody else.
Have your mind babbling. People trying to inherit the skills, so they asking it. Even David Blaine had to go and take some classes, and I see mine.